Now I know I'm setting myself up for failure, but that pole I was talking about, it was a little close. Plus, I want to see so many anime anyway, and unless I completely wear myself out, I'm going to try and bring 2 different ones on Sundays. We'll see how it goes. But that does mean a little bit, at least, of Hinamatsuri. So, yay. I know a little bit of the premise. Something like Yakuza meets... Not entirely sure, just some girl in an egg. Really, there's not a lot to hold back on. If you want to be more involved in the channel in the future, maybe get it so the polls aren't equal, consider joining onto my Discord. Links in the description down below. But as of now, make yourself comfortable. Grab a nice cup of tea. And let's begin. I do really like the old school type architecture of Japanese houses and villages. That is an odd looking choice of a weapon, but effective use of it, and actually quite good choreography for the fight. And she hasn't even broken a sweat. Watashi no smartphone ga. The fact that he had time to get all of that out and so animated about it. It's a nice addition. So he's living a bit of an opulent lifestyle. And of course that's comes crashing down with a big metal egg. I'll just leave it alone, I guess. Kick out the window. Are you not going to check the ceiling where it came from? And your plan is... a good idea. It seems to not be doing anything. I'll just leave it. Maybe that bang on the head gave him a bit of concussion. It wasn't real. So it was lying there all night. Restraints. I mean, you could be a bit more careful about it, but also a mysterious and strange thing with a big red button. There's the button on the floor. It's more of an orb, really. Yeah, I can see why you would kind of want to close straight away. Also, your curtains are wide open. Not really something you see every day, but also can you put them down slowly? That one by itself was worth 2 million. Probably best not to have anything expensive. After that happened, would you keep them around in the house? That's what he's angry about. He cares about proper routine in the environment. Following a standard protocol. Okay, what can you tell him? It just happened to be here. Go bug a neighbour. See if you can live there. Protecting his face. You know, I don't think getting a roommate by force is really a good way of going about it. I'm not sure you need to make the noise. Wasting electricity as well. Well, and the fact that you've kind of just accepted your fate. Okay. Whose hand is that? Shark. Get the shark. Because it's expensive. Maybe you should have taken her to a smaller store. Okay. Wow, 8.5 grand. Oh, she chose the bear. Good thing he seems to have at least a little bit of disposable income. Sure it is. So as long as you just tell her that everything is expensive. She, really quite likes it, and a third. The rule of 3. Got to make it extra funny. So despite having powers to move things through telepathy, she seems to just want to eat, get expensive things and watch TV and go to school. Don't let her watch too much on... Maybe move that to a different room. Don't destroy his stuff. There wasn't much of a back and forth there. I expected a bit more fight. Hey. Seems a bit of a harsh punishment. So even though you asked for a moment standing in front of it, you didn't know what a stuffed animal was? And that brings some questions about where she came from. I mean, maybe she fell asleep with the stuffed animal and it just kind of escaped. Nita. She only responds to She only had the one name. Okay. Okay. As if in unison, the entire class. Hopefully she can't read that note through telepathy or, anything else. I'm going to have to try and get used to the highlight outline on their hair. It stands out for some reason. Is he keeping his cool? He's got his mind elsewhere. I think they got the wrong message from what he was saying. She wanted to go to school, but wasn't prepared for what was actually going on there. And on her first day. But she just has the uncanny ability to have anyone around her take care of her. Really, we're just playing Wii Fit now. I mean, the game's still going. Didn't say done. I think getting some water is fine, but I think it was more don't destroy all of his belongings. Oh my god. And then you can hear the rising of an overload. That's going to take more than just putting things in the combustible garbage. But you didn't ask. Can you find a way of exhausting some of her power that doesn't result in the destruction of property? All of his vases and shit. A construction area. Nice open land, nowhere to... well, nothing to really break. Maybe the place was insured. I'm not sure if I want to find out her life before she arrived through the ceiling. Gotta wear a hard hat. I mean, not much of a instruction, but get the trees out. Success. He's making quite a lot of noise. And how long did that take? Instead of a few hours? All of 5 minutes. It's very useful to have picture instructions. Fill in the dirt, the entire the entire place. Really taken care of quite quickly. But they've made some money, not the most it could have been. Which ones? Ah, because she used her powers to do it. He's like, this is a opportunity kind of thing. I mean, they have things to do. Something they can't ever. Twisted her arm. Twisted his arm. Yes, we know. More ways than one. This is getting into that side of life a lot more than I thought it would on the outset. So is he scouting out the area? Is this something that you should really be attempting or doing on his own? Is that something just kind of falling into his back seat? Yes? Despite being Yakuza and seeing the potential there, I don't think he is. Is this the first time that a grown-up has treated her with a little bit of respect? It's not an order, it's now her own volition. I mean, she has to use her powers anyway. Did he just trip because he was did she stop him is basically what I'm trying to say. There goes one. So much actual defenestration. I'm enjoying it. How many are going to go through the windows? Not the potted plant. I mean, you've seen the devastation she could do at your apartment. Against people who are unprepared for it and against a kid. I should actually found the right one. How would you explain it though? He's really going up in the ranks, isn't he? Oh damn. Hopefully they don't... Here's quality green tea. Hopefully they don't expect too much from him now. There we go. Going to not just a chain sushi restaurant. I mean, is there other foods that she would prefer? Or is it just, the expense? For a job well done. Yeah, she's eating. I wouldn't be surprised if she actually hate. Is that how it works? Oh, okay, thanks for confirming that. It'd be funny if she actually doesn't like the taste of like salmon roe at all. Organic, but because she's wanting the high life there, and please don't do that to the knives. Hopefully she at least unbent it afterwards. What a dysfunctional little family is going to be making. I mean, how often do you just get some random psychokinetic... No, But hang on, the one at the beginning, knew of Hina. Was that in the other world where they came from? We just got a brief glimpse of it. What did he say to get all these pots smashed? But him now being a, forced father figure kind of thing. It's not every day that you just obtain not only a roommate, but someone that you are actively a carer for, and could twist your neck round at any moment. That guy is very high jump, unless there's okay, swing from the rafters. Really? Did you not pick up that thing? How many days has it been? He's now all tied up, isn't he? Can you please release me? Just keep wiggling. The thing is, how is... Good save. Unfortunately, reality isn't going to be so kind. It's going to... Damn. Well, I hope he's ready for his new life. 8 hours he's been there. Oh, no, it was 11, wasn't it? 6 hours. Hopefully it has that function. Might need to varnish the floor. How is his body, anatomy-wise, all crunched up like that anyway? Was that like a pissy Terminator? No, obviously, I kind of expected some of it. Her eccentricity of only wanting the finest of produce, and products, clothing, probably forms of travel at some point. Wanting to join school because she saw that on TV. Hopefully she doesn't watch too many documentaries or other stuff. And considering her life now is incredibly different to what it was before, is this newfound almost sense of freedom going to be too much for her? Is the world not yet ready to face what it is that has just been released on it? But we were pretty much all glad that the first contact was this Nita guy, because, well, even for a Yakuza, he is calm, collected and nice. Although how much of it is because of he's under duress, we may not know. Especially if she had fallen into the hands of someone a little less, scrupulous. But hey, we've seen power in action now, not only for smashing pots and pans, plates, vases, pictures on the wall, but tearing down forests, getting a whole lot of lumber, filling in the ground after. Oh yeah, and the small detail of clearing out an entire office of hired goons and Yakuza and those poor houseplants. But that's the world we live in, apparently. What is the future going to hold for us? I'm not entirely sure, but I'm kind of expecting others from this alternate world to come through. Some also seeking the same kind of life, others to maybe get her back. But I do know I would be putting that red orb harness thing in a box. Make sure we know exactly where it is, because as we saw, it could cause quite a few issues. Also, now that he knows what it was like after being trapped in there for a few hours overnight, he did the same thing to her. So it's only fair. But I do see the harness didn't really change dimensions to fit his extra mass. But if you enjoyed this episode and definitely want to see more, consider subscribing to the channel. If you've made it this far, maybe let me know down below. And add a like as well. I wonder what the most expensive types of food you can get readily. We may need to keep them away from this girl. Also, I just kind of want to know for myself. If you know of any, let me know down below. It's nice to treat yourself once in a while. But that is quite a good double act for the day, I think. Lucky Star and Hinamatsuri. Not really quite on the same wavelength, are they? But no matter which daily life you would rather see, you need to make sure to get yourself some rest. And hopefully, if you actually need it, manage to reach the bathroom in time. See you in the next one. Unless you want me crashing down through your ceiling when you're least expecting it, make sure to keep following along with the channel. But if for some strange reason you do want all of your vases and collectibles smashed up, then the walking telekinetic disaster zone that is my channel might be able to help. But really, I need to thank Sal, Electricant, Arthea, Noku, Raywin, Shiwan, Mecha, Jennifer Rojas, Students5, Big Boy, Mads, Rasmus Paulson, Girly, Dark Shadow 7899, Kite, Saltitron, Mauricio Lozano, and everyone else. Because without them, I'd still be confined in that tight metal cage, with no one to press the release switch.